paint.
Let's go!
Cheating has been a huge controversial part of this game since its conception, really.
Come on, man!
Xtreme Paintball
Beyond the paint.
continues with one of the most exciting sports spectacles on the globe. 18 pro teams have competed in the NPPL Super 7 Series qualifiers. Now, it's down to the Elite 8 that have advanced to the quarterfinals. Today, these top teams will begin competing in a round-robin style format that will determine the best 4 teams that will go to the semis. So far this season, we've revealed some of the most influential personalities behind the sport of competitive paintball. 5 of these pros have made the cut and will continue their pursuit to be crowned the best of the best. From Los Angeles Infamous, we have one of the sport's hottest trendsetters, Travis Lemansky.
We came out on fire, you know, we smashed like our first 4 or 5 games in a row. When you do that, you only have to be in the top 4 to make it on. So we were sitting pretty right away.
Also from Infamous, we have the All-American athlete and team captain, LB Fowl.
The first time this year that we've actually been into the finals. We did a little bit of rebuilding and trying to concentrate our efforts on to get back there more consistently.
Representing Canada, Josh Davey leads the Edmonton Impact team into the finals.
It was going really good for us. We've done really well through prelims. We've done really well so far actually this year, especially as a new professional team.
And from San Diego Dynasty, we have one of the smartest pros in the game, Alex Frazier.
Just like any other tournament, you know, you really want to win. When you get in there in the finals or whatever, you know, you gotta be as tenacious as possible to get that victory.
Also from Team Dynasty is one of the best all-around pro players in paintball today, Ryan Greenspan.
Last year in Boston was the only event, or the one event in 3 years that we didn't make the Sunday. You know, and it was that was a huge wake-up call.
These NPPL pros are set to lead their teams into battle. But who will prevail as the best pro team in the league? The NPPL Super 7 quarterfinals begin right now on FSN. Our first matchup features San Diego Dynasty versus Pittsburgh All-Americans. Dynasty's team captain Alex Frazier is known to pull a few tricks out of his hat on the paintball field. But you can also find him trying his hand at a little magic back home on the shores of Pacific Beach.
I've got a couple tricks up my sleeve I can show you guys. We're gonna try to find a stranger here, do a little bit of magic on the beach. It's a little windy out here, but we'll make it work. All right. Hey, yo, dude. What's up, man? Alex, how you doing? Nice to meet you. You like magic?
Yeah.
All right, groovy. We're gonna try a little magic trick here, okay? All right. We got a deck of cards right here, okay? I want you to go ahead and tell me when to stop at any time.
Stop.
Okay, take the top card. Okay, take a look at it. You can show it to the camera, show it to the people. Okay, you can put it back in the deck wherever you want. You can take the deck out of my hands if you want. You can shuffle it, do whatever you want with the deck. Good? Good to go? All right. Here's what I'm gonna do, okay? I don't have a table, so I'll do it this way. All right. Take a look here. All right, I want you to make a fist, okay? All right, now I want you to put the deck of cards in your fist right here, in between these 2 knuckles. Just like that. Make a fist, though. Yeah, just like that. All right, I'm gonna hit the cards out of your hand, but I want you to hold on to the cards, though, okay? All right, not too tight, because I want you to still hold on to 1 card, okay? All right, cards are gonna go flying everywhere. Ready? Okay, take a look at that card. Oh yeah. I'm not David Blaine or anything, but you know, I like to dabble.
Coming up, Alex Frazee will try some of his trickery on the NPPL center court as San Diego Dynasty gets set to take on Pittsburgh All-Americans in the first quarterfinal matchup of the day when Xtreme Paintball Beyond the Paint continues on FSN.
Spider Classic Series, Spider VS Series, Spider MR Series. Celebrating 15 years of performance, reliability, and design. View these products and more by visiting us online at spider.tv.
You got something you need to do? We got the energy to do it. Mad Croc, energy gum, chews, and drinks. You got something you need to do? We got the energy to do it. Mad Croc, energy gum, chews, and drinks.
FSN's coverage of Xtreme Paintball Beyond the Paint is brought to you by WGP Paintball. Accuracy counts. By the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines. And by X-Ball Paintballs, found at fine retailers everywhere. The NPPL Super 7 qualifiers are underway for the Pro Division. In this format, 2 teams of 7 face off in an electrifying game of strategy, aimed at eliminating as many of the opposing team's players as possible and capturing their flag for the win. The game plan will be to hide and maneuver through a series of bunkers, like the cans you'll see used by the back shooters, the 2 car washes on each side of the field, the various Doritos, and the snake used heavily in the red zone. Now on the NPPL Center Court, San Diego Dynasty is set to face Pittsburgh All-Americans. Let's go to one of the most decorated players in the league, Rich Telford, to announce the game.
For our next big matchup, it's the All-Americans versus Dynasty. Very nice. And there goes the All-American player into the snake out of the break. That was a great move. He was able to get in that snake alive.
Snake one! Snake one! Gone! Gone! G1! 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 G1!
As they eliminate that player, though, the All-American players move it into snake 2, which is a great move. He can look across the field and shut down that Dorito side. Ryan Greenspan yelling that Yosh has been eliminated, so Yosh Rao has been shot out of that Dorito corner. There you can see the Dynasty player seeing the All-American move forward. He's probably going to try to counter that move and go get him out of that position. Wow, that's a great move right there. He went from his snake 2 all the way into their snake 2. That was a great move by Ryan. That's the move he needed to make to watch over Angel. That was a great move. There goes Alex going from Dorito 1 all the way to Dorito 3. Once he gets to Dorito 4, he'll have a big advantage because Dynasty will have 3/4 of the field. They'll have all the angles, and the All-Americans are really going to be in a tough spot. The All-Americans are down to 4 players now. Alex looking across again, trying to eliminate that snake player. Ooh, it looks like he might have just got shot. Usually when a referee has to run all the way across the field to pull you out like that, you get a 1-for-1.
Where? Look at it! Look at it! It's not a hit, bro!
Doesn't look like he's going to get the 1-for-1. Dynasty's pretty lucky in that. Todd Martinez just made a great move into the All-American snake. That's Todd Hugo there for the All-Americans in the snake. And he's honestly the one guy that's holding off the Dynasty barrage. Oh, Todd Martinez just wears a couple to the face. Ryan's in kind of a tough situation now. They can't watch his front and his back. So if the players in back of him aren't protecting him, the All-Americans will figure out which way he's looking. And oh, here we go right now. All-Americans making a big game-breaking move, shooting Ryan in the back.
Hey, what about him? Did he shoot him first?
Refs removing him, asking him not to argue. Now we have Brian Cole moving up the other side. Now, Brian's got shots in his back while he's moving down the field. It looks like it's a one-on-one now between the All-Americans and Dynasty. Dynasty player is being eliminated, walking off the field, arguing, leaving one All-American player left alive to win the game. Wow, that was an incredible game. When it got down to 4-on-4, the All-Americans really turned it on. They went from defensive to offensive. When you're in that situation and you're down on numbers, when you get equal on numbers, you've got to be able to turn back on the offense and get down the field. Now you can see Ryan's on there trying to argue his point. It's interesting to see whether or not they'll turn the game over.
A ref has pulled the band off the last All-American player. If it's determined the hit on him was valid, the game will end in a draw. The teams are waiting on the field as the refs call over the team captains. Now they'll need to sort out the late game chaos on both sides of the field to determine who was hit in what order. It looks like they'll establish that the last player for All-Americans was taken out in a one-for-one trade-off, which means no one was alive to capture and return the flag for the win. It appears the first game of the quarterfinals will go down in the books as a draw.
I mean, we had all the spots, and we just chose bad gunfights down the snake side, and we kind of lost this whole snake tape. And then, you know, we just lost our key guys when we were way up the field. I got bunkered. Davey made an awesome move down that side of the field, and I just saw a ref make a call, and then was like, I don't want to run over there. It's getting kind of hectic, so he just kind of gave up on it. But I found out at the end they kind of made more or less the right call, and the game actually ended up in a draw.
When Xtreme Paintball Beyond the Paint continues, two international teams go head-to-head in the next match of the NPPL quarterfinals. It's Stockholm Joy Division against Josh Davey and Edmonton Impact. Next on FSN.
Hi, I'm Alex Fragi of Team Dynasty. When running Dynasty paintball clinics, we see all types of paintball players. Whether you're just getting into paintball or ready to step up to the next level, the JT Ready to Play kit has everything you need. Get this $200 kit and a JT gear bag offer for only $99. To find a store near you, go to jtusa.com. Are you ready to play?
The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back to Xtreme Paintball Beyond the Paint on FSN. Paintball has grown to be the #1 extreme sport in the United States, but it's also gaining popularity in over 40 countries across the globe. Here on the NPPL Center Court, two international teams have made it to the quarterfinals. Stockholm Joy Division is one of Europe's top teams, led by Max Lundquist.
Thank you all you guys at home, sitting up. You know, 6-hour time difference. It's probably like midnight, 1 o'clock, and the people are sitting there with popcorn, beer, you know, sitting up, watching this. So thank you to all of you. Tack så hemskt mycket ni alla i Sverige. Jättetack, tack. Vi älskar att ni är där och supportrar. Tack så hemskt mycket. Thank the rest of you guys too.
Edmonton Impact has been dubbed Canada's team and is led by one of the best players in the league, Josh Davey.
For these kids in Canada to have a whole team, they have something to look forward to. They have something to strive for. It's another gateway. All these kids across the entire country have a chance to play on a professional team.
We have Stockholm Joy Division and Edmonton Impact. Both teams are fast, aggressive, athletic. Should be interesting to see how they match up out of the breakout. Both teams look like they have a pretty conservative breakout, and it looks like the referees are running in because it looks like a player on each team was eliminated early. Wow. Even with the conservative breakout, both teams shot a player and lost a player. You can hear Josh Davey there telling his other players that they lost a player and that they eliminated a player. Okay, Edmonton's in the snake one much earlier than Joy Division. That's going to be a big advantage. The first team in the snake obviously has the advantage because you get up the field a little bit faster and you can shut off that other line. You can see the snake player there from the Joy Division is stuck in the small can, and he's getting a lot of pressure. You can see the way he's pushing into that bunker that he's having a hard time moving forward. Okay, Joy Division just lost another player out of the small Dorito, so Joy Division's down 2 players now. Edmonton only down to 1 player. You see that player walking back there. The car wash players looking across the field. Again, you see the way that bunker's leaning forward because he's pushing into it, trying to stay alive.
Hey, Warren, 30 and gone.
There's Josh Davey loading. You can see when he loads with his gun up so that he doesn't have to stop shooting. Edmonton into snake 2. That's a great move. Again, they're pushing the momentum of the game. They're moving forward down the field. And Joy Division is stuck not being able to get in that snake. And on this field, you just cannot give up that snake. You've got to be able to get in there. See the Joy Division in the forward can going back and forth. Josh Davies still in that exact same position. He hasn't moved the whole game. He's looking right, he's loading his gun, and he's keeping the guy in the small can on Joy Division's side from going into the snake. By shooting the gap between the snake and the can, pod after pod, he keeps him out of there and he can't go forward. There's another shot of our car wash player for Joy Division, shooting across the field, trying to battle with that snake player. Joy Division's down to 5 players, so it's 5 on 5 again. Now, Edmonton Impact has got into the Doritos on the top of the field, so Edmonton's got about the same amount of bodies, 5 on 5, but oh wow, big call. One of the Joy Division players just caught wiping in Dorito 2. You can see the disgust on the Dorito, that player's face there in the car wash. They pull a 3 for 1, and that's going to eliminate 4 out of the 5 Joy Division players, which is obviously really bad for Joy Division. Edmonton at this point has no idea what's going on. They look up, they see 4 people walking off. They think they just got a Christmas gift or something. So it's 5 on 1. The only player left for Joy Division is the guy in the upper right-hand corner, or upper left-hand corner, and he's in a world of hurt. I mean, as soon as Edmonton figures out that he's the only guy there, then they're going to either run down the field and bunker him out or shoot him out of his bunker. The snake guy shooting across at the corner player there. Yeah, the guy in the Joy Division is in big trouble. Josh Davies still in that back line, just shooting his gun, relaxing a little bit, taking a break on this game. He knows it's 5 on 1. He knows he doesn't have to do anything. Just shoot his gun and not die. Let his guys in front. Oh, Joy Division gets one of the guys. Now it's 4 on 1. Maybe he can pull it back off. No, it doesn't look like it. He just got hammered. That was a good game for Impact. Unfortunately, Joy Division got that 3 for 1, and you can't win a game when you get that 3 on 1.
It opened up the game. We lost a guy off the break. Shortly after, we lost another guy off the break, and once that second guy got shot off the break, we got a 3 for 1, and it opened up the whole tape. I'm not too sure what the penalty was for. There was some controversy there with the referees, but it worked out for us, and we were able to push down the snake and shoot a bunch of guys out there, so it worked out really nicely.
A wiping penalty is when a player is shot by a valid hit, because not all hits are valid, but a valid hit, and he knowingly either cleans it off with the hand, any part of his body, he rubs it up against a bunker or slides it off. That is considered a wiping penalty, which is a 3 for 1. Once you pull him, you eliminate him and 3 other of his team members.
That's the hardest part. There you go. Trying to catch them in the act of that one penalty.
Up next, Edmonton Impact faces San Diego Dynasty to determine who will advance to the semis when Xtreme Paintball continues on FSN.
The Spider Classic Series. The Spider VS Series. The Spider MR Series. Celebrating 15 years of performance, reliability, and design. View these products and more by visiting us online at spider.tv.
In 2005, monster balls were created, dominating the competition. Through modern science and technology, monster balls have evolved. A more accurate shell designed for deadly accuracy terrorizes in all weather conditions. Thicker and brighter for maximum mockability. Monster balls, the world's best-selling paintballs, just got better.
FSN's coverage of Xtreme Paintball Beyond the Paint is brought to you by Spider, passion for paintball. By Empire, it's what we do. And by Mad Croc, energy gum, fruit chews, and drinks. It's what you need. Let's go! Professional paintball has evolved into a complex team sport. Strategy and execution are critical components for success. And with 14 pros playing offense and defense at the same time, the NPPL refs have the toughest job on the field, policing one of the fastest moving team sports around.
You gotta try to make the call as fast as you can, because the longer you take, the more it can influence the game. If you go in and you see a hit and you're trying to distinguish whether it's a hit or they got bunker rub on them, and you take too long, another team will see you occupying that player and come up and take them out of the game.
There's really no good part to reffing. I mean, we get berated. It's definitely not easy, and that's not what makes refereeing easy, you know, and fun, you know, but that's our job, and that's what we have to do.
Cheating has been a huge controversial part of this game since its conception, really. I believe it happens to just be part of the game, just like, you know, face masking in football or hooking in hockey. It just happens. If you happen to get caught, you have to pay the penalty.
Early in the day, you try to catch as many of the cheaters as you can. Word travels real quick here. If teams aren't getting away with anything on your fields, then eventually they'll stop trying to make your day easier.
It's a high adrenaline game, so we try our best to stay calm and explain to the players why we called what we called.
That's half the fun. Get to argue with people that think they're the best on the planet. Just, you know, they try to fight every little gray area bit of the rule, but black and white. Here's the rule book. Here's what we saw. This is what the call is.
I actually learned more reffing than I do playing, because you see everybody else do stuff and you're on the side, you're not playing against them. The balls hurt a lot more because your adrenaline's not going, you're just sitting there trying to. But when you're playing, your adrenaline's going so much it doesn't hurt at all.
If you want to make paintball better, you gotta strive for it. You gotta, you know, put your sweat into it, you know? And that's why I do it, just to evolve paintball to be as professional as possible.
Our next NPPL quarterfinal matchup features San Diego Dynasty against Edmonton Impact. Impact posted an easy win in their last game after a 3-for-1 penalty was called on Stockholm Joy Division, taking out 4 of their 7 players. Dynasty saw a little controversy of their own in their match against Pittsburgh All-Americans, which ended in a draw. In both cases, the ruling enforced by the refs played a big role on the outcome of the game. The winner of this match will advance to the semifinals, while the loser is sent home. Let's go once more to veteran Rich Telford for the call.
Get ready for the breakout here from Impact versus Dynasty. Big breakout from both teams. Again, both teams like to break out conservatively, shooting their guns as much as they possibly can. There you see Justin Schwartz moving up the center of the field from the car wash into the center roller. That's a great little move. Looks like Dynasty lost a couple guys at the break. They lost their back right and their snake guy. That's a big disadvantage, obviously, for Dynasty. There goes Justin across into the Dorito. That's a good move. And then Ryan fills after the snake corner. That's one of the reasons Ryan's such a great player. He's so versatile. Not only can he see that he needs to get over there, but he's got the athleticism to do so. It's a wonderful move. Here we have the Impact player moving from, looking to move from snake 1 to snake 2. Looks like Angel there in the short can in front of the snake, looking to move forward.
Ball 2!
Impact looks like they're a little hesitant to make a move, but there we go. Move up the center of the field to the center temple. Looks like he's going to stay on the Dorito side, look to shut that down. Angel jumps into Snake for Dynasty. And Impact counters by going from Snake 1 to Snake 2. That was a great move. At the same time, you see Justin going from his Dorito, crawling down towards the Edmonton Impact Dorito, and there's a player in that Dorito. I'm not sure if he knows he's there or not. If he does, you'll see that he'll go get that guy. Let's see what Justin does. Justin knows he's there. Oh, it looked like he got shot in the back going around the corner, but I guess not. Just looks across the field. Impact player did move forward. This guy is really aggressive. I mean, he's just going up this field. He knows Justin's over in that Dorito. He wants to try to get him out of there. I just don't think he can from that spot.
Get him over! I just shot him in the back of his head! Hey, I took you out of the closet! I took you out of the closet!
Another player off the field, 5-on-5 now. The Impact player in the other Snake, he's in a great position, but he's not really doing anything. He's just laying down and trying to protect himself. Now he's got his head up. He might actually be able to get a couple G's out of there now. If he can get those G's before Dynasty figures out he's there, it'll be, you know, get Impact back in this game. Okay, now Alex just looked across the field. Now Justin's looking across the field, shooting back to the Snake, so they know that player is there now. Ryan runs inside, and yeah, he gets that guy. Looks like Ryan might have got shot first, but he took the Edmonton player with him. Now Angel comes up to Snake 2. Dynasty actually now has more bodies and more position on the field, so they have the advantage. That's Josh Davey there. He filled from the back center into the snake. He's sitting there on his elbow trying to shoot down the line, trying to control the snake lane. Looks like Justin just shot Josh Davey out of the snake. Yeah, that was a big kill for Justin. That's going to really turn that game around out. Alex should be able to come down, and so should Angel. There goes Alex into the center 50 Dorito. That was a good move. Now you got Angel battling with the impact player in the corner. I don't know if that's a good battle for the impact player at this point. And they've really turned this game around. I mean, they started 2 bodies down. There goes another impact player. Now it's 4-on-2. Now it's 4-on-1 with only 1 player in the corner for impact. Here goes the feed defense. You can see the Velociraptors running in there looking to put some paint. Oh, and Alex puts it on him. Wow, smashing. That was a great game for Dynasty. They really turned it around. They started that game 2 bodies down, 5-on-7, and by a key move by Justin Schwartz, crawling into the other team's Dorito and bunkering that guy out, they were able to turn the game around, protect Justin the whole game, and get back in the game. That was an incredible game.
Coming up on the next Xtreme Paintball.
Beyond the Paint.
The best 4 teams in the land advance to the NPPL semifinals. Don't miss all the action and excitement as the nation's top players battle it out for the #1 spot. It's all right here on FSN.